This episode, we cover steps to learning, being successful with your youth, and avoiding debt traps.
This is the Living Young and Free Show, giving the 25 and under crowd tips, tricks, and hacks to get the most out of your money.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, and welcome to episode 49. First up, we have Lee, who's going to share some tips on how you can learn difficult subjects.
Come on in, everyone. We're making learning fun.
Well, hi there, and welcome to Making Learning Fun at youngfreealabama.com, where we discuss all the best ways to get the most out of your learning experience. Today, we'll be learning about chemistry. Now, when one oxygen atom comes together with two hydrogen atoms, they naturally come together due to the opposite charges in their electrons. Whenever they come together, they form, well, hey everyone, look, it's Buzzy. How you doing, Buzzy?
Hey Lee, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just showing my friends here how water is made through the magical language of chemistry.
Boring.
Well, why do you say that, Buzzy?
I don't know, it's just difficult to learn, I guess.
Oh, come on, Buzzy, it's not that bad. I'll tell you what, we'll take a few minutes just to talk about how we can learn some difficult and maybe some boring subjects a little more easy and make it fun. What do you say to that?
I like fun.
The first tip to know when learning a difficult subject is to bombard yourself with the information. Don't try to slowly learn boring material, read it very quickly and immerse yourself in it. The second thing that can help is just to simply identify the key concepts and then make them your own. Try to comprehend the big picture, not the details of any difficult subject. Tip number 3 is only memorize what has to be memorized. Once again, just avoid the details that can be reviewed later. Learn the essentials by heart first. Tip number 4 is get some feedback on your understanding. Find a comprehensive exam online or on your book and take it. See what key components are still missing from your memory. The fifth thing you need to do is to bombard yourself with information from a second source. Learning a ton of information from a different source will help you fill in the gaps in your understanding. And tip number 6 is get some real-world feedback. Seek out an expert that can help you on the subject, which may be your teacher, professor, or someone that you know. So remember kids, next time you're trying to learn a difficult or boring subject, keep these 6 tips in mind, and me and Buzzy will see you guys soon. Back to you, Cheryl. Wave bye!
Come on in, everyone. We're making learning fun.
Yay! Learning is fun! Thanks, Teacher Lee. Next up, we have Dex, who's going to cover some tips on how you can make the most of your youth.
This is Dex. Dex is a strapping young lad with many dreams and ambitions. Is it challenging sometimes to be a young person? Do you find that money is hard to come by? Do you feel that you're looked over for jobs? Are you unsure of how to start building for your future financial success? Well, I'm here to help. Say, Dex, what's an advantage to being young? Yes, you may be better looking to some people, but that's not what I meant. I'm talking about time. You have time on your side. But do you know how to make the most of that time? No, Dex. Playing Xbox is not the best way to spend your time. Use your time to get an education, whether it be formal or informal. But first, you need an income to live. It can be hard to find work, right, Dex? That means you have to work harder to get a job that an older counterpart with more experience is also vying for. For starters, you could clean up your appearance for the interviews. Cover up that tattoo, shower, brush your hair, put on some more business-like attire, and maybe you could also brush your teeth. Say, Dex, you go get cleaned up, and I'll wait here. Wow, Dex, you look like a totally new person. I'd hire you on the spot. There are 2 types of education. One is called formal education. This is an education you get in college or university. Say, Dex, what do you want to be when you grow older? A tree? Well, you've certainly got the brains for it. Another type of education is informal. These are things you teach yourself from books. Do you have any good books, Dex? No, Dex, not magazines. Books. That's surprisingly better. Teach yourself things that will come in handy and help you build a better future for yourself. Well, Dex, you're all cleaned up and ready to work. You know all about educating yourself. You're almost ready for the world. Remember, Dex, money management is a valuable skill. No matter how much you make, learn to start saving right away. This will build a good habit for the future. Now go get 'em, Tagger.
Thanks, Dex. I don't know how to tell you this, but you can't be a tree. Last up, we have Matt, who reveals some student debt traps that you should avoid.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Mills, financial genius of the LEGO universe. And I'm here to tell you about 5 ways around the student debt trap. Thanks to PermanentFamilyMoney.com for this info.
Take this stupid kid Timmy, for example.
Hello.
Timmy didn't listen to any of my advice, and so he found himself in all sorts of financial trouble.
Says who?
Well, let's just look at these tips and see.
Tip number 1. Spend the first 2 years at community college.
Community college might not be as cool, but it will allow you to get your general education classes out of the way so you can graduate from your school of choice in 2 years instead of 4. That saves you tons.
Joe McHale is not funny.
That's not what Timmy did. He went to a big school all 4 years.
Community college is for losers.
So now he's stuck with 4 years' worth of expensive tuition raining down on his head.
What?
Tip number 2. Attend an in-state school. While there's nothing wrong with attending college out of state, if you're strapped for cash, you should really consider staying in-state. Not only are costs typically lower, but you'll also be eligible for state financial aid. But that's not what Timmy did.
Who are you guys?
We're the out-of-state financial marauders, and we're here to trample you with debt.
Tip number 3. Live home and commute. Room and board is a huge cost in going to school. If you're trying to save money, see if you can live at home. Over 4 years, this will probably save you tens of thousands of dollars. Why, Timmy, are you listening to my advice in commuting to school?
No way, man! I'm getting in this car and leaving to live on campus. I'm out of here.
Tip number 4. Work your way through. If you can swing it, working through college can not only save you from taking out loans, but it will provide you with that special something work experience.
No way! I hate working and I'm not doing that. Who's that?
That's Darth Maul. He kills Jedis, and in his spare time, he runs over students who aren't willing to work with his student debt onslaught land speeder of destruction. Tip number 5. Set a specific student loan limit. Don't just take out loans to cover the whole cost of school. Remember, you have to pay that back someday.
What, I do?
Yes, Timmy. So instead, give yourself a limit to how much you think you can afford to take out in loans. Otherwise, without setting limits, you could have your debt and a whole bunch of other things come crashing down on your
not
head.
Again!
So don't wind up a skeleton like Timmy,
Wait, that's
and
not
don't
really
get
me.
stuck paying student loans until you're an old man with a long beard. With a little forward thinking, you can avoid these student debt traps.
Thanks, Matt. Wow, those are some scary-looking traps. And that's our show. If you have any feedback or ideas for upcoming episodes, feel free to comment below or email me at livingyoungandfree@gmail.com. And be sure to join us next time for more great tips, tricks, and hacks on how to make the most of your money.
Young and Free is a credit union movement that gives young people a voice, a head start, and useful information.